weather. Right now, Colin tells you the one thing standing between Giannis and a championship. The herd starts right now.
Undisputed.
Here we go on a Friday, absolutely packed. In LA, this is The Herd. Wherever you may be and however you may be listening, we are live in Los Angeles. We're on iHeartRadio, Fox Sports Radio, and FS1. Remember the old game show, The Dating Game? 1 hour from now, The Herd version of The Dating Game with NBA free agent. And Joy Taylor is joining me. Joy, how are you?
I'm great. Good morning.
Good morning. Your Raptors are rolling. Again, we are matching, and we didn't mean to, but we got a little Raptor love. A little charcoal, a little black here on the show today.
Well, you know what? I think I do deserve credit for. I will claim the Raptors.
Yes,
I do deserve credit for that.
It's your team. You should claim the Raptors. They're your team.
Baby dinosaurs are all grown up.
I thought they would be extinct by now. The LeBron meteor for years took them out. I want to start with that. So this was a couple of months ago. There was a poll that came out from Sam Amick of The Athletic, excellent NBA writer. And he polled a bunch of people in the NBA. Who would you start your franchise with? And do you remember that day I came on the air and I said, time out. The top 3 guys are centers? What? You guys watching the NBA anymore? It was Giannis, Anthony Davis, and Joel Embiid. And I said, okay, I'm going to build around guys that I don't trust at the free throw line late, that don't shoot threes, and that don't have the ball in their hands. They're not ball handlers. They can't control the tempo. And I pointed out that Anthony Davis, 1 playoff series win. Joel Embiid, not really a relevant playoff player. Injuries, drama, social fun, not relevant in the playoffs. Karl Anthony Towns, a big nothing burger. And here's Giannis, shrinking. I mean, I didn't get it then. I don't get it now. Is everybody watching the same league I'm watching? You know what this series is about? You have 2 great players. One guy you can marginalize, and one guy you can't. Go ahead, try to trap Kawhi Leonard. He'll just dribble out of it. The whole floor. To defend Kawhi Leonard, he can use the whole floor. Giannis has about an 8-foot box. And the Raptors have figured out, let's throw a bunch of bigs at him, a bunch of length at him, box him in, and see how he does it. I mean, Giannis, as Chris Webber pointed out, did you notice late in the game, the guy you want to build around wasn't even on the floor?
I understand Antetokounmpo is tired, and this is a shot clock violation, but it's 34 seconds left in the game, man.
Yeah.
You're not that tired, and his ankle didn't look to be tweaked that much. You wonder why he's on the sideline at the most important time. I do not recall a player being tired in the last minute of an Eastern Conference final game that was a superstar being pulled out because they were tired.
Again, Giannis is great. I'm not denying that. But when you're voting as an executive in an anonymous poll telling me who to build around and you can't figure out the basics in your sport, this is why I've said you can take a wide receiver out of a game. You can roll the coverage. Weather can take a wide receiver out of the game. If you have a deep threat and it's snowing, good luck. A running back, I can put 8 in the box. Quarterback, if I have a good offensive line, he's going to control the sport. That's what Tom Brady does. But you can't tell me these centers are going to control this league. They don't shoot threes. I don't trust them late at the free throw line. And these games are all decided, by the way, at the free throw line or late. And the other thing is, do they control the tempo? You know, Kobe in his prime, LeBron in his prime, Kawhi in his prime. They have the whole court. There was a moment that we're just showing this play on FS1 where, you know, there was a play in this game where basically the Raptors just invited Giannis to come right at him. Look, they got 4 guys around him, all sorts of length. He's not a great ball handler. He's not comfortable pulling up, and that's how you defend the big. We're not saying during the regular season that these guys can't be dominant players, but once I get to play you 7 straight games, it is much easier to marginalize a center and a non-ball handler and a non-great shooter than it is Kobe in his prime, LeBron in his prime, Kawhi Leonard in his prime. And that's all this series is. I mean, even ask yourself this. LeBron's been the best player in the world for about 12 years, right? I mean, we knew that right now. Now, this year's a little different, but he was the best basketball player in the world for 12 years. LeBron sometimes even struggled playing with bigs. I mean, he loved Chris Bosh, but it was a weird thing. So Bosh was a center, but And Kevin Love was a big, and then they became shooters. LeBron struggled playing with Tristan Thompson at times, and Kevin Love at times, and Chris Bosh at times. So they can be hard to play with. Ben Simmons doesn't play well with Joel Embiid. The Houston Rockets, the Golden State Warriors late in games, they're trying to get smaller, not bigger. Boogie Cousins, we don't need you. Clint Capella, we don't need you. So it's not a knock on Giannis. But when you're having a poll on who you'd build around and GMs are voting for centers, we're not watching the same game. Because this series is just down to two great players, and Milwaukee can't figure out how to stop Toronto's, and Toronto's figured out to a higher degree how to manipulate, marginalize, and slow down Milwaukee's. All right, I want to shift to this. This is interesting. It's got people worked up yesterday. You know, I like Klay Thompson. I like his dad, Michael Thompson. Has a good family. And another guy playing for the Dodgers. That Thompson, not just Thompson Twins, the old British band. We got all sorts of Thompsons playing sports.